Hello lovelies, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to today's Pick a Card Timeless reading, which is all about your past life and if it has a relevance on your present life, okay? So focus on the different options and choose the one that's most relevant to you, or if you're drawn to more than one reading, then listen to both and take what resonates and then leave the rest. I'll see you in the readings. Hello Group 1, welcome to your reading. I'm giving the cards a final shuffle as always, and then I will choose a few for you. So what I'm looking at, we've got a couple falling out. What I'm looking at here is any details that Spirit wants to bring through about your past life, or one of your past lives if you've had many, and how it's relevant to your present life. So I'm doing this to help you to gain some understanding in your present, okay? I've got no idea what Spirit's going to bring through, so we'll see what comes out. I've got 2 cards have fallen out and I'll pick a third one, and then we'll choose some from some more decks. We've got 27 Connect, 46 Magic, oh wow, 42 Intuition. Those are big spiritual cards. So straight away, I'm getting this feeling of someone that was very much in touch with spirit, in touch with their intuition, with their psychic abilities. It's funny though, because before I did the reading, I got this feeling that one of the energies that might come through was to do with magic or witchcraft. And there we've got the magic card that's come through. I hope the sunlight on the edge of the picture there isn't distracting at all. Right, I'm going to choose some of the Dream Interpretation Oracle. I really love these cards. They're so unusual. We'll see what comes out. "20 Bugs." That's a funny card. That one wanted to pop out. And number 30, Time. So this Bugs card is making me think that you were someone that really liked to possibly live in the woods, you know. I think in times gone by, people that were connected with magic and intuition and anything to do with the supernatural, they often lived in the woods, in nature, because they were among the elements there, and that's when they were at their most powerful. Okay, I'm going to pick a couple of these cards. These are the Elemental Oracle. We've got Depth Lake. Yeah, so someone that was very in touch with the mysteries of life and like the deep esoteric sciences and the knowledge, a lot of which has been lost in today's society. 25, Speaking Your Word, Voice. Yeah, and that's underneath the Magic card, which makes me think that you were someone that used invocations and knew how to use words in a spell, you know. I'm going to pick some more of these, Work Your Light cards. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And that comes under the Intuition card. That makes me feel that you were in touch with the positive vibes of life and that you weren't weighed down by the seriousness of a lot of the things that we have to cope with in this current day lifetime that we're in. And one's just fallen out. Life as we know it is very different to how life has been in the past. I mean, like, really different. I don't think most of us could even imagine what life was like in the past, because I don't even think the history books tell it correctly. We've got Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Yeah, Keepers of the Earth. This relates back to this feeling I had of you living in nature, in the woods, in the forest. I think I'll pick one more of those cards. Yeah, I feel that you were very much connected to the elements, connected to all the other dimensions, and connected to the esoteric sciences, the supernatural, spirit beings, you know, just that connection with life that goes beyond the three-dimensional life. Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. Now that's bringing to mind astral travelling, actually, especially as it's underneath the time card there, because astral travelling can go beyond current day time. It can go into the past or the future. And I can just see you there leaping out of your body and investigating other dimensions. Right, I'm going to choose some of these Lenormand cards and then a couple of playing cards, and then we'll see what we've got. The birds are standing out to me because we've got the crow and the owl, which are both very deeply transformational cards. So I feel that you were in touch with the darkness and the light, you know, both are coming to me. That's number 5, the tree, which is a card that connects with nature. Just looking at the numbers here, we've got so far, that adds up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So the only number we haven't got is 8. Yeah, this is a lifetime where you were that's number 25, the ring, where you were very in touch with the truth, with your inner self, I feel like you had a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom, and you understood a lot of things. So in relation to this lifetime, that is, if it hasn't done already, that will come into your life at some point to help you unlock the knowledge that you had from the past. We've got the 7 of clubs, retreat and rest. That's 2 number 7s there next to each other. Now, the number 7 is about going within, you know, going within to self-reflect, to delve into your inner self, to reflect on the universe, to ask the big questions, to seek the big answers. And I feel that you would have spent time in communion with the earth, with nature, with spirit, with yourself to find out the answers. And this ring here is making me think of the cycles of life, especially with the time and the full moon there. I'm seeing all the circles on the cards. There's a circle there, which looks like a halo around that child's head. And there's the sun there. There's a lot of circles and the rainbow energy there. And on this tree card is the Kabbalah, tree of life, which, yeah, this relates to, that's making me think of you coming full circle, actually. That's interesting. Just as I said that, the 9 of clubs, end of the situation. Yeah, I feel like in this time you're coming full circle with a lot of what you've done in past lifetimes, and you're bringing all your knowledge and abilities and gifts together into this lifetime for you to use, you know. Queen of clubs, the elephant, loyal and loving. We've got 3 clubs cards there, which relate to the physical realm, the material realm. And the elephant can relate to our ancestors. And yeah, this is very connected into the deep past. And I feel that you have got this, or your soul has got this strong connection with your ancestral line, with the ancestors of the past, the elders of the past who have been helping you to develop your gifts in this lifetime that you had from this other lifetime. I feel that you definitely had the abilities of astral travel, of spell making, you know, citing spells and invocations. I feel that you could see and travel into other dimensions and other time periods to receive information. And I feel for some of you that you were actually a seer of the future. And that I'm getting this feeling that some of you knew what was coming in the future, and particularly in the present, and in your lifetime in the present, because we're going through great transformation as a planet, as a civilization, and all on an individual level. We're all going through this massive change, this cyclical change, which I believe you have witnessed in the past, and you're bringing all this knowledge and wisdom and abilities that you've gained from past experiences, and you're bringing them into this lifetime. So I think for many of you in this lifetime, you are very interested in the esoteric sciences. Maybe some of you are scientists in some respect. The metaphysics, metaphysics science, and astrology and numerology and all that sort of thing, paranormal sciences, everything that's unknown and mysterious, because you've got a lot of cards here which are making me think of the hidden, the unknown, the mysteries of life. There's a connect card, which is in space. There's the crow with the aurora bora in the background. There's the owl, which is very connected to intuition and wisdom. You've got the time card. There's this figure on this card here, which is almost looks like it's looking into space. This figure here that's floating upwards. And then you've got the Kabbalah on the tree there. These are all images that are making me think, and we've got the wings, that ancient symbol. Yeah, this is definitely ancient wisdom that's coming through for you into this lifetime. And I've noticed you've also got elephants on there as well. So if you at the moment aren't in a place of where you've connected with some of this, you have spirit guides that are waiting to help you. If you have already started tapping into some of this, then this is a clear indication that you're on the right path with this, and that you're heading in the right direction. You've got a lot more to unlock yet. I feel that some of you are going through a shift at the moment where you're wondering what to do next and whether to pursue some of these interests in more detail, possibly in connection with work in some way, or with a hobby, with something that you want to put more time and energy into. Yeah, I feel that Spirit has brought this information through this reading today to say to you, it is time. There's the time card. It is time for you to unlock your past now. You've been working towards this lifetime for a really long time, and it's time to let yourself open up and unlock yourself and be open to life-changing and to different experiences and opportunities coming in for you. If you aren't already the sort of person that goes into nature or connects with nature, then I feel that that's something that will come in with you and that you'll feel really at home in that environment. I feel that things like meditation and yoga, maybe affirmations, learning, manifestation, all of these things I feel you'll be really good at and will help you to flourish. I feel that you've got a lot of your ancestral line, your spirit family, are waiting to work with you and are waiting to come forward to introduce themselves to you. And for those of you who are interested in developing your psychic abilities, you will sense your family in a big way. And just on a side note here, on my other channel, Elizabeth Keyhole, you might find some useful videos there on developing the intuition. I'm also in the process of creating some courses on expanding psychic ability. So if you want to visit my website, elizabethkeyhole.com, and subscribe, then you can keep up to date with what I'm releasing. But I mean, by all means, go with what resonates for you and trust your intuition with what you're being guided to do and who you're being guided to listen to and to learn from, because you'll resonate with certain people and not with others, and you'll resonate with certain ideas and not with others. So it's really important for you to trust your intuition with that, and not to let anybody else push their ideas onto you, but for you to find out your own, what your own truth is, what's true for you. I feel that also just in your current life, I think something big has come to an end recently, and it's that ending that is going to allow for this new beginning if you're not already in this phase of awakening. It feels really exciting. It's such an exciting energy that's coming through, and I feel that there's such a lot for you to unlock and there's a lot for you to learn, but I feel that you'll find it quite easy to pick things up because it's your soul already knows them, and it's your soul that's just unlocking the wisdom and knowledge that you've already got inside of you. And if you're interested in astral traveling, you could gain all kinds of information and knowledge and wisdom in this lifetime through learning some of these psychic abilities. Okay. I'm keeping these readings short today because I'm doing quite a few of them. So I hope that's helped. And give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and if you found it useful, and have a lovely day. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again. Hello, lovelies. Welcome to reading 2. So in this reading, I'm going to pick up some information of a past life, or more than one past life if more than one comes through, and see how it's relevant to your present life. Okay. I'm just giving these cards a final shuffle. We've got 34 Sanctuary. See that? Okay. We have got 19 Confidence. This is feeling like quite a solitary energy that's coming through here so far. Got 44 Cycles. Those numbers there, we've got 34, which is 7, 19, which is 1, 44, which is 8. The 7 and the 1 add up to 8. So that gives me this feeling of balance. Now, I want these other cards first. But we'll see how that relates to the reading. As I say, it feels like this solitary energy that I'm picking up on. We've got number 12, Dogs. And it's amazing how many times that card actually comes up in these readings. And that one does. Number 16, Keys. These are such interesting cards, these dream interpretation ones. I think I'm going to choose one more. And yeah, number 29, Nudity. When I saw the Dogs card, I felt like, because these cards gave me this feeling like of aloneness and solitary feeling. But the Dogs card made me feel like freedom. And then the Keys is like unlocking the door to freedom. And then we got the Nudity card, which is this figure looking really free. Naked and being as free as you possibly can, and she's floating above the ground. So that's interesting. I feel that this could be something to do with freeing yourself from something. We've got number 20, Endurance and Rock. Now that's reminds me of the Tree of Life, does that image. Number 12, Fluidity and Outer Core. That's another image of a naked woman being as free as she can. That one's kind of free in the air, and that one's free in the water. So there is this element of freedom coming in. Number 22, Motion and Air, with horses on, and horses symbolise freedom. Yeah, there's this very strong energy of freedom coming through. I'm also being drawn to the number 2s. We've got 20, there's 12, which has a 2, there's 22, 29, and 2 and 9 adds up to 11, which is a number 2. We've got the 12, which adds up to number 2. Actually, we've got 2 number 12 cards. Number 12 can be about awakening and expansion, so that ties in really well with this feeling of freedom. And that's boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Boundaries makes me think of this idea of freedom again. Yeah, it's like, look at all those hands around that figure. You can see that. It's almost like those hands are trying to keep that person in place. And that guy he's holding a lead, but it always looks to me like it's a lasso, that cowboys use to catch the calves, which is, again, it relates to freedom. We've got Imrana, where are you being called to journey to? Yeah, that's about a calling, making me feel that you're being called to do something. So let's choose some Lenormand cards. Yeah, there's this very strong energy of freedom here. Being alone and needing to be free. That's what I'm picking up. The number 12, the birds, that's just fallen out, which is about activity and energy. It's also can be about communication. I feel that I've got number 22, the path, that's another 22, yeah. I'll just choose one more of these. I feel that 28, that's the man. I feel that there's been someone who you have been connected to in a past life who is in your current life who has actually held you back and made you feel confined, and that you weren't able to be yourself. You weren't able to speak your mind. You weren't able to speak your truth. You weren't able to do what you wanted to do. And it feels like you've kind of been going round in circles. You've been repeating this pattern through other lifetimes. But the energy that's coming in is this massive feeling of freedom. But I feel that it could be making you feel a bit fearful and nervous, because I think you're on the brink of doing something, to change your life in a big way. So I'm going to just draw these final cards and then tap into this past life. Yeah. 9 of Clubs, end of situation. That's just what I said, wasn't it? You're coming to a point where a situation needs to come to an end. Yes. 8 of Hearts, empowerment, the Sun. That was what I was thinking about, where you weren't, like with the confidence card, it's like you haven't felt the confidence or courage or empowerment to be yourself. You've been stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in. The Jack of Hearts, the Dolphin, playful and light-hearted. Yeah, this is the energy that's coming in. It's really lovely. So I think in a past life you've been you've lived a life. I think it's going to differ for each of you, but it's been a life where you haven't been particularly free, and where you haven't been able to speak your truth or speak out or stand up for yourself in some way. I think that there has been a lot of turmoil that has been affecting you, chaotic situations around you that have stopped you from speaking your truth. And maybe for some of you, this has related to, in times gone by where people were very restricted with what they were allowed to say. I mean, that's actually coming full circle now in this reality where the truth is being squashed and hindered and silenced, and people are not being allowed to speak out against the mainstream narrative. I feel that, that's why you're alive at this time, because I feel that you've been through a similar situation more than once in other lifetimes where you haven't agreed with what's going on in that life, in that reality, in that time period. But you haven't been able to speak out because it might have meant death or imprisonment. And I felt that you have not spoken out and always followed the rules and done what you were told to do. But I believe that in this lifetime, it's time for you to break that cycle. We've got the cycles card there. And it's time for you to, because in this card, the figure is blindfolded and he's got a key in his hand ready to go up the steps into the door that's lit up. So I feel that this is you breaking free. It's time for you to break free in this lifetime, to release yourself and to speak out and to find your courage and to be yourself. We've got the confidence card and the empowerment card, which are all about being courageous and brave and finding that inner power to be yourself, to speak the truth. We've got these 2 women, naked women, freeing themselves. We've got the horses, which are a symbol of freedom and change and movement. We've got this tree, which reminds me of the tree of life because it's got stars around it and a circle around it, which is making me feel that this past life that have viewed this type of cycle that you've been repeating through these past lives, it's now come full circle and it's time for you to end it in this lifetime. And I feel that you need to put an end to whatever situation that you're in, if it's with someone or if it's to do with work or if it's a living situation, or if it could be anything, any situation that you're in. It could be a family, a partner, work, or the environment that you're living in. It could be anything because it will vary for each of you. But I feel that it is now time for you to release yourself from something. This is the end of the situation card there that's there followed by the empowerment, followed by playful and the light-hearted energy of the dolphin. So this is the energy that's coming in. This is what Spirit is helping you with. And this is the cycle that you need to break from your past lives, where you haven't been able to break that cycle in the past for various reasons. Maybe due to, I think, as I've mentioned, imprisonment or, or even death. We've often had time periods in the past where they've killed people for speaking out, and that's even going on now in the present, where whistleblowers often disappear. But I feel that this is the time, because we're all going through, the planet, humanity, and all on an individual basis, we are all going through a massive transformation. And now is the time for you to go through your transformation, for you to break free, for you to find that courage to speak out and to go onto this new path and to set yourself free in whatever way is right for you. This boundaries card really makes me think that you've been fenced in, hemmed in, shut in, confined, restricted, held back, held down, and now it's like no more. No more. Spirit's saying it's time to leave the past behind. It's time to break the cycle. It's time to set yourself free. So in whatever way that is for you, it's time for you to find your inner courage and to do that, to say what needs to be said, to take the action that you need to take. And don't be afraid, because Spirit is with you. Your guides are standing right by your side, waiting for the moment when you free yourself so that they can help you. The key there, the keys, the key is the symbol of unlocking something, and it is time for you to unlock yourself and to unlock your life, because so much positive energy is waiting to come in, those lovely cards there, the empowerment and the light-hearted, playful energies, they're waiting to come into your life and to make your life a whole lot better. I'm seeing a little bit of the water energy. Actually, there's only 2 cards. Oh no, there's 3 cards with the water energy, but I'm getting a quite a strong feeling of the water and the air. So if that relates to you in some way, then take it. But if it doesn't, leave it. Okay. Now, I wanted to keep these readings on the short side today because I'm doing a few of them. So I hope that's helped you to gain some understanding in your present circumstances and to give you the help, the courage to do what you need to do to set yourself free and to not be afraid, take that leap. As the person who's doing in that nudity card, take that leap into the air. Free yourself. I'm thinking of you and I'm sending you love from my heart to yours, and I'm hoping that you do set yourself free. Okay, because you won't regret it. Well, thanks for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed the reading. I'll see you again. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to the reading. I'm giving the cards a final shuffle. So what I'm going to do is bring through the information from a past life, or more than one past life, if that's relevant, to see who you were, what went on in that lifetime, and how it actually relates to your current life. Pick 3 of these cards. I feel like using a different deck in this reading, actually. I'm going to pick 4. We have got number 8, create, 48, serendipity, 41, illumination, and number 5, change. Those first 3 cards, they've all got light on them in some way. We've got the web with the sparkles of light. There's the sliver of light shining on the bunny. And then there's the fireflies in the 3rd card, and then we've got the change card, which is interesting. Okay, so those last 2 cards are both add up to the number 5. That one's 41, which adds up to 5, which symbolises this feeling of change. Yeah, things being different to what they were. We've got the Princess of Cups. These 2 cards here actually actually, those three and that one so far are making me think of someone that is liked to be in nature and has a connection with animals. What else have we got? Number 2 of Swords. Princess, that's the number, what's that? Number 12, isn't it? 48, that adds up to 12. So we've got 2 number 3 energies there. It's quite different energies coming through this at the moment. So we'll see what else we get. Number 5, the Hierophant. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely giving me a feeling of being in touch with nature. We've got the bull and the bear and the dove, the animals on that. We've got the ravens there. We've got these fish with wings, the dolphins, the tortoise and the dove again. There's quite a lot of animals coming through in this reading. I feel that the animals are very relevant to this lifetime. And we've got another number 5 card there. And that's number 8 of Cups. Again, with a dove on. That's 3 doves we've got on the images. I think I'm going to use some of these playing cards. There's some quite dark energies here with these 3 cards and that one, and even that one in the background in particular are quite dark. But then you've got this light also coming in. As I've mentioned with those, we've got 2 with the moon on. That's got stars coming in. This has got the rainbow with the star in. I feel like there's a real shift in energy on these cards from one type of energy to the next. See what these bring up. Jack of Diamonds, the Wren, free spirit and inspiring. Yeah, this is making me think of a nature energy, someone very much in touch with nature. 7, divine protection. That is reminding me of the Hierophant card here. Someone who, I feel that this could be quite a spiritual person who spends time going very deep within themselves, spends a lot of time in nature to connect to the darker realms, or the hidden realms, that's the right word, the hidden realms. The Jack of the Jack of Clubs, the Monkey, inventive and skillful. Yeah, I mean, this energy that I'm picking up from this reading, this is someone that is not your average type of person. They feel very different. It feels like they're very connected to the hidden realms. With the dragonfly coming up there, dragonflies can relate to dreams and illusions. We've got the fireflies in the darkness. We've got this Hierophant and this energy here with this woman with her eyes closed. I don't usually read tarot cards with their typical energies. I love this Star Tarot because of the images on them, and I love to read that. And then we've got this bear with this lightning image on its third eye. It's like I can really see you going within into the depths of these other realms that exist on top of ours, you know, to receive information, maybe to work with beings in other realms. It's a very unusual type of feeling that I'm getting coming through from this. It's really nice, so I like it. I connect to that. That's the 4 of Spades, the logic, solution. That's interesting. That feels like an opposite energy to come out from everything else that I'm feeling out. But I feel that that's tying in with what's coming into your present life. Okay, so we have got 3 number 5s. There's quite a bit of the number because the jacks are 11, which adds up to 2, but 11 is also quite a spiritual number. And that's a number 2. Those are both number 3. We've got 2 number 8s. We've got quite a lot of different energies coming through, but I feel this is somebody that could bring together lots of different forces in nature, you know, it's like you spent time. If you were drawn to the first reading, by the way, there are some similarities. It's a very different energy, but there are some similarities in that reading to this one. So if you felt drawn to it, listen to it. But in this one, I feel that who you were, you worked with the forces of nature. You worked with the forces of the moon, of the stars. You see, there's a lot of moon energy here in the stars, but we're not seeing the sun energy. So you might have been a night owl, someone that felt comfortable with the evening, the night energies. You know, you certainly weren't afraid of the dark. Maybe you woke up at night time, and maybe you did your best work at night time, and you don't do your best work during the day. So that might well be very, very relevant to your present life. But I feel that you've done this deep diving into these other realms. If we look at these two images, they're very interesting. They both have got these very deep energies there. And that one as well, that's got the water energy as well, where it's like you have been looking into the unknown, the unseen, the mysteries, the hidden dimensions. I feel that you were connected to beings in other dimensions very clearly, very easily. I feel that you channeled information. I'm actually getting the feeling that you might have been a prophet or a seer, you know, or someone that was referred to as a sage, someone that was very wise, that knew things that the average person didn't know. And I feel that that's who you are in this lifetime. And I wouldn't be surprised if you've even been a little bit afraid of your gift in this time, because it feels quite powerful, you know. I think that oh yes, my body's tingling. I feel that you get information through that other people don't, you know. I think that you know things. I think that you see premonitions, or you get visions, or you get prophetic dreams, or you just know, things that are coming, you know things that are going to happen. I think that you have a connection to beings in other dimensions, and you channel information from them. And I feel that you have done this in past lives. I'm just being drawn to the rabbit there, because the rabbit can relate to good fortune. You know, the rabbit's foot is one of those talismans that people used to carry for good fortune. And I feel that talismans, that sort of thing, you used that in your past life. You know, you used talismans to protect yourself from darker energies. It's like you knew what to do to keep the evil spirits away, and you knew what to do to work with the good spirits. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have been like a healer in native tribes, or a prophet, or the medicine man or woman, or a shaman, you know, that sort of thing, or even a witch maybe. But certainly the sort of a sorcerer as well, that's the other thing that's coming to mind. But certainly the sort of person that has the ability to know and to see what isn't seen or known in the 3D reality. I think that you see beyond the realm of what's hidden. You know, you see beyond the veil, you see through the veil. I think that you receive divine guidance, divine inspiration, and that you have done this through other lifetimes, and it's now time for you to own that. You know, I feel that you've maybe kept this side of yourself quite quiet, or quite secret from people close to you. Maybe some of you haven't, but I think many of you have kept this side of you quite quiet. And I feel that it's now, this card, it's like there's a final piece of the jigsaw falling into place. And I feel that that's what's coming in this lifetime for you. It's funny, my cat has just walked in and rubbed against my legs. And cats are they're thought to be very psychic, and they see into hidden dimensions, other dimensions. They're protectors of the soul. And often people who were like this in the past, you know, they've had cats with them to offer that protection to them, because cats know when there's an evil spirit around, you know, they do, when they're staring off into distance, or they suddenly get a fright. It's because they're seeing what we don't. And I feel that Now is the time in your present life for you to unlock this. And this divine protection card is Spirit saying that don't be afraid of your gift. Don't be afraid of your ability. You are different from everyone else. This wren here and the monkey are symbols that I associate with being different. And the wren is about awakening and new energy coming into your life and new ideas coming into your life. The monkey always reminds me of the 100th monkey, the one that changed something in the mass consciousness. I don't know if you're aware of the 100 monkeys, but it relates to when there's enough people doing the same thing, it reaches a saturation point, and all of a sudden everyone in the mass consciousness knows that thing that those 100 monkeys were doing. And I feel like you're that 100th monkey. You're here to, what you're able to do is to affect the mass consciousness and to bring about big change in that way. And I feel that you're maybe a little bit afraid of this power and this ability that you know you have inside of you. But Spirit's saying, don't be afraid of it. Please use it for good, because you've been working towards this through your past lives. You haven't just had one lifetime like this. You've had many, so that you've been able to perfect your abilities and learn as much as you can about them, so that you can bring them full circle into this lifetime and use them for good. Okay. Very amazing, powerful energy that's coming through. I notice also there's rainbow colours there. We've got a rainbow there. Yeah, this is what's coming in, is all this light is coming in all its forms. I wouldn't even be surprised if some of you receive downloads of energy and light codes, you know, especially if you look at the Hierophant on there with the stars going into the top of his head. I think that you go into deep meditation, or if you don't meditate, I think you're able to switch off really well and to go really deep inside yourself, you know. And this dove that I've seen appearing in a few of these cards, the dove energy is this, it makes me think of spiritual protection and inner peace and a very spiritual nature. So Spirit just wants to say to you, don't be afraid of this side of yourself. You're here to make a difference. You're here to bring this ability to the surface, to help others, and to not be afraid to tell others about it and to share what you know. Okay, so in whatever form that comes, go for it. But take your time. I don't feel like there's a fast energy coming through here. This is a feeling of progression, you know, forward movement and progression, where it's about bringing together everything that you've learnt from this past life and bringing it and seeding it into your present life. Okay. Yeah, go for it. And Spirit wants you to go for it. So do I. Yeah, that would be amazing. Such an amazing, prophecy is an amazing gift, but it can also be quite a burden to bear. You know, especially if you're seeing things that are quite dark, that are coming in. And I feel that you know things about people that you couldn't possibly know, or maybe you think you shouldn't know them, you know, but you do. You tap into people's energy and you just know stuff that's going to happen, or you get a sense of something about them. It's like you feel one step ahead of things, you know, you sense what's coming. So yeah, use this gift for the good that you can use it for. Don't be afraid of it, and don't forget to tap into light-hearted energies to lift yourself, because this feels like such deepness here that I feel sometimes you could get lost within it, you know. So don't be afraid to have a complete switch up in your life and just do something really silly to bring yourself out of this deep energy that I'm feeling. Okay. But yeah, what an amazing life purpose, an amazing ability to have. Brilliant. I hope you've enjoyed the reading, and I hope it's helped you. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you again. Hello, Group 4. Welcome to the reading. So I'm giving the cards a final shuffle, as always, and I'm going to choose some cards to tap into the energies of your past life, or lives, there might be more than one that's coming through, to see how it's relevant to your current life. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel like choosing some of these Lenormand cards as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 of those. We have got number 4, house. Number 8, the coffin. 16, star. Number 1, the rider. 33, the key. Interesting cards. 43, clarity. We've got the keyhole in the centre there, which is great for the key. Number 7, release. 20, deliberate. 5, change. That came up in the last reading. So you've got some very energetic energies coming through so far. The beginning, you've also, it's like you've got these two are very stationary, and so is that one, but then we've got that one, that one, that one, that one, that make me feel like really fast energies. I think I'll choose, let's choose some of these, the Dream Oracle card. But yeah, I'm also noticing I'm being very much drawn to the red and the yellow colours that are appearing on the cards, and red and yellow are quite active colours and relate to, well, red especially relates to change. Red and yellow both relate to, they can be like fiery colours, can't they? Red, orange and yellow are all to do with fire. So we have got 17, money. 5, art. It's interesting how we've got the coffin and the release card together there. Number 2, roots. This card comes up in so many of the readings. It's bizarre. And number 26, music. Now you've got 2 cards there that relate to the creative aspect. We've got art and music. So let's have a look. The feeling that I'm getting coming through from this reading is, it's almost like, I get this feeling of that you're leaving home and embarking on a new adventure. That's how it feels. These energies at the beginning here with the house and the coffin, the clarity card and the money card. It's like you're wanting to embark on a new adventure. You've been in a situation where you need a change coming in. So I also noticed, I've just spotted 9, 6 and 9. There are 2 7s and we've got 2 8s there and another 8 there. So it's quite there are a lot of different numbers coming through. There's another 8 there. Another 7. Yeah, 2 7s. We've got a lot of different numbers. It feels like a lot of different energies. I'm going to tune into, I feel like it's like I get this feeling of you're not sure what to do yet, or it's more that you're not sure if you should do what you want to do. Let me tap into your past life here. Okay, what I feel is in your past life, I feel like the one that I'm tapping into here was from a long time ago, where money wasn't around and you didn't need to think about that. You didn't need to think about going off to work to earn money to pay a living. And I think that that's something that you're probably struggling with in this lifetime. You've got a funny relationship with money where you know that you need to have it in your life to pay the bills, to have a house over your head, to get what you need, but you have you struggle with it and you have a funny relationship with it because you don't want it in your life, but you know that you have to have it in your life. And I feel that's because you've had these past lives, more than one of them, where there wasn't money around at the time, and you're not feeling comfortable with that. I don't feel like you've had all that many past lives here on Earth, and it feels like you're from other planets or other dimensions where this three-dimensional reality that we have here is not at all what you're used to, and you've been finding it quite hard to come to terms with. It's like, it feels like there's a lot of rules here that you've had to come to terms with and to follow, and you don't want to follow them. It feels like you've been told that you've got to follow this certain path and do these certain things when you don't want to at all. That's not what you want. And all you want to do is break free from that. You want to, I feel that you're a very bubbly, creative, light kind of energy that has, your purpose here is to come to uplift the energy on the planet, you know, and the people that come into your life. I feel that you're here to uplift the energy. I feel that you're very creative. That's obvious with those cards that have come out, but I feel that you get ideas really easily. You know, you could quite easily think up lots of things that you wanted to do, but you're not very good with the business side of things, and you just want to get on and to create things and to be in your element in that way, but not to bother with the business side of things, the money side of things, the marketing side of things, you know. But I feel that that's something that you need to get a grip on in this lifetime, because you're not used to it. It's like your past lives, you just haven't been used to living like that, either on Earth or from other planets that you've lived on. But this time, Spirit is asking you to just take a breath and to slow down and to come to terms with this reality that you're in. I think this reality feels really heavy and slow for you and dense, and that you have difficulty fitting in with the average person, and that you, I think in the past, you would have just done your own thing and not been afraid of that, because that's what you could do. I'm definitely picking up on lifetimes that weren't on this planet, you know, where you've been quite free, you've been able to do what you want to do, and you haven't had anything to worry about. And now you've come here, and there are all these restrictions and rules and guidelines and bills and taxes and fines, and it's like, oh, it's heavy, it's heavy. That's what these two cards have got, a very heavy feeling. And maybe seeing this image here with this, with the water there about to engulf that man, maybe that's how it makes you feel. But Spirit is like, with these two cards, it's making me feel that you need to just take a breath and to allow yourself to acclimatise, because I feel that you aren't fully acclimatized with the energy here. You feel like you've got quite a young energy. I don't know if you're a young person, but it feels quite young. I'm noticing, I'm being drawn to the star and the rainbow in that rider card there. So some of you could be star children, or you have a rainbow aura. I don't know if this is something that you know about, but if it interests you, have a look at it. But you have this very positive attitude, optimistic outlook, and I don't think that there's a lot that gets you down other than the fact of the heaviness of this reality, you know. I feel that when you're around people, you're very light, your energy is very light, and people like being around you because you uplift them. And I think that the message here from Spirit is coming through, that the way that you can fit in better in this reality, not that you want to fit in and change yourself, but the way that you can adapt yourself to this reality is by following your passions and by doing the things that light you up, because you are here to light up other people. I think I keep seeing these images of fairies and pixies and, you know, the elemental energies that are very light-hearted. They like to have lots of fun. They like to joke around. They like to play. And this is how I'm seeing you from the past. And I feel that you need to bring this energy here to our planet at this time. And the lifetimes that you've had in the past here, as I say, I'm not picking up on many of them at all. and they haven't been in this sort of density that we have now. They haven't been in a life where there have been lots of rules and restrictions and limitations. So you are just not used to it. And for some people like that have come here from these other planets, they often end up suffering with allergies and illnesses, you know, for no apparent reason, because they're just not used to the heaviness here. I keep seeing the 6 and the 9, because 6 and 9 together to me always remind me of the yin yang symbol. It always looks like a 6 and a 9 to me, which reminds me of balance and being in balance with the light and the dark. You know, with the shadow within and the light within. It's like you're in balance. I don't feel that you've got this heavy karma that's come from other lifetimes. I don't actually feel as though you've got much karma to work through in this lifetime at all. I don't feel that. It feels like you're here to be inspired and to inspire others. I feel like you're here to spread all this light and this joy onto the people that you come in contact with by the things that you do, by being with people, by the things that you say, you know, just by in your energy, with your energy just lighting up other people. I feel that there's a lot of light and a lot of bright colour in your energy. I feel that you will flourish by following your passions. That's what will bring you abundance in this lifetime, is to follow your passions, okay? Because it's like it will inspire other people to do the same thing, because it's so hard in our reality and with all the brainwashing and conditioning that we get. I think it's really hard to follow your heart, because we're taught to be practical, to think from the left side of the brain, which is very logical and rational. And I think it can be very hard to tap into the right side of the brain, which is intuitive and creative and artistic. And it's where our feelings and emotions and compassion come from. And I think that you're way more right-brained than you are left-brained. And that's probably why you struggle with this reality. And I think that that's your purpose, that you've come from these other dimensions and these other planets that are very different to here and much lighter than here. And you're here to simply bring the light and to follow your passions, because that will uplift your energy and it will uplift other people. And I think that you're here to inspire other people and to bring about change. Okay? I'm just asking Spirit if there's anything else that they want to bring through, because this feels like quite a clear and to the point reading, and like there's not much else that Spirit is bringing me. I'm just asking. Yeah, there is, I keep saying, I'm actually being drawn to the snake and these dead sunflowers in the back of this card. I don't know if you can see it in the background. There is something that needs to be cleared from your energy, something that is just holding you back at the moment. I said that I didn't think there was much karma that you've brought from other past lifetimes, and I don't, but there is something that you've got that has come from the past. It isn't a big thing, but it feels like you need to, like the snake, you know, the snake sheds their skin, don't you? Don't they? Sorry. Yeah, the snakes shed their skin, and it feels like you need to step out of something that has been put onto you from the past. It might be a belief system that you've grown up with, or this could relate to one of I think you've probably only had 1 or 2 past lifetimes here, but I feel that there's just something that's holding you back at the moment from pursuing your passions, and you need to step out of it. And once you do, it's like full speed ahead, and you'll be this clear channel for all this light and all these positive vibrations and high frequencies that you're bringing in, that will open up the path ahead for you. Because I think your abundance is just being blocked a little bit by something from the past. And if you're not sure what that is, I would say to you to ask your spirit guide or guardian angel to bring the information into your mind because it will be different for each of you. But I think that there is a belief system in your subconscious that isn't true. There's something in there that somebody has conditioned you into believing at some point that's actually stopping you from doing what you need to do, what you came here to do. And I don't think it's a really big thing. I think that you'll move through it quite quickly and easily. And once you do, this lovely new path of light will open up for you, which will bring abundance into your life. And it will bring a lot more light into the people's lives that you touch as well, you know? Such a beautiful, positive, high vibration, light-filled reading. It's absolutely wonderful. I've had some very intense readings, and this one is really lovely to do. So, yeah, see if you can clear that energy, that belief system that you've got from the past, and then I think it's full steam ahead for you, which is brilliant. Okay. So thanks for listening, and I hope this has been some help for you, and I'll see you in the next reading.